Hey guys, it's Tuesday night. This is the live check-in for the Transparency Check-In Challenge. My name is Melissa English. I'm the Sassy Keto Nurse, and I'm the moderator in the group Sassy Keto Nurse and Friends. I have had a challenge going on the entire month of January. That is a check-in challenge. Transparency is a must. And so we've all been sharing what we eat each day, how we feel, what's going on with us. And I have been sharing my blood values as well. So if you are interested in keto, if you're the least bit keto curious, please feel free to go over to the Sassy Keto Nurse, like and follow the page, and join our group, Sassy Keto Nurse and Friends. Hey guys, how are y'all doing tonight? I see there's a couple of people on here. Make sure you say hey and tell me where you're from. I'm just going to start sharing this to the page and to the group. Hey Ruth. Hey Whitney. Hey Becky. I'm just sharing stuff right now, guys. Getting this shared all over the page and the group and everything so that everybody can see it. So how did everybody's day go? Whitney, I know you had a rough day today. And I literally have just walked in the house, hadn't even took my coat off because it's still really cold in here. So I just saw your post. We're going to give everybody a few minutes to get on here and say hey and let us know where they're from. And then we're going to get started. I spent some time today working up an itinerary for tonight because we haven't had many good lives this week. I've been on the road so much that I haven't really been able to get down and dirty with this thing this week. So, and I want to make sure that questions are answered and nobody's left hanging. The challenge ends in 2 days. The last giveaway, hey Michelle, the last giveaway will be done Thursday night, and then we'll be moving on to our next thing. And I'm going to be announcing what that's going to be in the announcements here in just a few minutes. I want to give people just a few minutes to get on. I am very busy. I stay pretty busy all the time. But I like it. That's what keeps me going, is being busy. I'm one of those people that if I'm not busy, I don't get anything done. I'm not real motivated to spend my whole day cleaning or that kind of thing. If I don't have stuff set up to do, then I tend to just veg and watch TV, and that's not healthy at all. So I just keep myself super busy, and right now my job's keeping me super busy. Tonight I ended up stuck at a patient's house for a little while longer than I had planned on being there. And so I didn't get out of there until it was after 7. And it was just a check-in. All I had to do was just drop by the house and check in, make sure all the equipment was there, and make sure that everything had been delivered. I'm not even going to be the nurse on this case. I was just doing a favor for another nurse. And I figured I'd be there 10 minutes. Oh well. Then I had to go get gas because with all the running I've been doing, I forgot to go get gas, and I was just about out. So I had to go get gas, and then I ran by Walmart to pick up the last few items for the giveaway on Thursday. Oh, y'all, it's I just can't wait. I'm going to miss doing the giveaways, but maybe I'll figure out a way to do like a monthly giveaway or something later, but not right now. So I've waited about 5 minutes here, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the announcements, and then we'll move into tonight's information. So the announcements. Number one, the Patreon page is up. You can find my Patreon page at patreon.com/Sassy Keto Nurse. On there are 3 tiers that I've set up right now, and you can donate $1, you can donate $5, you can donate $100,000. It's not up to me, it's up to you. Any tiny bit helps with the mission. Brittany Ellison, God bless you, sister. She is our first member of the Sassy Keto Nation for the month of February. So thank you, Brittany, and I'm super excited. I'm going to get with you probably later this week to go to get you your tumbler. Ruth, hey Tara. Ruth, I know when I first started this back in July of 2017, as a nurse, it was just unbelievable to me that, number one, anything about this was healthy, and number two, that I was going to lose weight eating the amount of fat that I was eating. And as the weight came off and my ailments healed up and my skin started looking better and I started feeling like myself again, I was just amazed. The first 6 months the first 9 months of my journey were on my own. And I had my daughter, she and I were doing it together, but it was literally just digging into information and trying to find out everything that I could find out. Hey, Rose, about this way of life and this lifestyle, to be sure that it was sustainable, for one, and that it wasn't going to cause damage later on if I kept doing it, because I didn't want to start teaching it to others or guiding others in this lifestyle if I didn't know for absolute sure that it was sustainable and extremely healthy. And so I completely understand being flabbergasted by it, because I certainly was. All right, the 3 tiers that are offered are at $5, $12.50, and $20. At $5, if you do a $5 pledge each month, you will receive 10% off any services or merchandise that's offered at Sassy Keto Nurse. Now, right now, the only thing that's offered are services. I don't have any merchandise right now, but I am working on that. I'm hoping to have some t-shirts and the tumblers. I'm working with a distributor right now about the tumblers and thinking about doing that and getting a little bit of merchandise started. So anyone that does $5 a month or more on there will get 10% off all services and merchandise. Now, $12.50 a month gets you membership into the Sassy Keto Nation. And the Sassy Keto Nation is going to be a closed group. It's called a study group. That's what it's listed as. Because what we're going to do is just dig into keto. We're going to dig into the health aspects. We're going to dig into cooking. We're going to dig into the education that's offered and the stuff that's out there for us to learn. And so on Monday nights in Sassy Keto Nation, we will do education. We will talk about new studies. We will talk about the different types of benefits that you can receive. A lot of the same stuff that we talk about here, but we'll go more in depth with it. On Wednesday nights, we will be doing book reviews. Now, the first book that we're going to review, and I did start it last year, but it didn't have much of a following. Hold on just a second, Becky, and I'll let you know, was Dr. Ken Berry's Lies My Doctor Told Me. And that's the first book we're going to do. And then on Friday nights at Sassy Keto Nation, we will be doing cooking. Friday nights will be kitchen lives. And it won't necessarily be meal preps. It's just learning how to cook keto, learning the different tools and tricks of the trade and that kind of thing. So that's what we'll be doing on Friday nights. All my lives from here on out will be at 8 p.m. And even if I have to do them from my car, y'all, from now on, my lives will be at 8 p.m. That way everybody knows when I'm going live. It's not going to be a if and or but type of thing. My lives will be at 8 p.m. Now, Becky, the way that you donate or pledge to be able to do this is at my Patreon page. It's patreon.com/Sassy Keto Nurse. And in there you pick, hey Brianna, in there you pick which tier you'd like to pledge to, or you can pledge more. You can, or less. The 3 tiers that are offered are $5, and that's 10% off merchandise and services. $12.50, which is a membership to Sassy Keto Nurse and Friend, or to Sassy Keto Nation. And then the $20 tier will get you both. You'll get a membership to Sassy Keto Nation and 10% off all services and merchandise that's offered. Now, you can pledge $1 a month, you can pledge $5 a month, you can pledge $100,000 a month. That is completely up to you. The way that this works is I get a notification when someone pledges. If they pledge to the tier 2, which is the $12.50, then I will add them to the Sassy Keto Nation. What happens on Patreon, you get charged on the 1st of the month. No matter when you make your pledge, I set it up so that it won't charge you, like, let's say, like with Brittany, Patreon always charges on the 1st of the month. If I had set it up to charge when you pledge, then she would have got charged today when she pledged, and then she would have got charged again on the 1st. And I don't want that to happen. So whenever you pledge, no matter when in the month you pledge, that money will be drawn out of your account on the 1st of the month. The way this will work is each month I will have all the notifications by the 1st of who has pledged to tier 2. And so all those people will be in Sassy Keto Nation. If you withdraw your pledge during the next month, then you'll be removed from Sassy Keto Nation at that time, because it's going to be a subscription-only group. Now, the next thing I'm super excited about is I have decided that each month we are going to do a theme. This has been the most fun I have had since I started Sassy Keto Nurse. The interaction and the one-on-one, hey Jennifer, the interaction and the one-on-one that I've had with you guys this month has just been incredible, and being able to be a lot more in-depth on being able to guide you and help you, and y'all getting to know each other, it has just made for a great month, and everybody has been successful. So, February will be Love Yourself February. It will be on the Sassy Keto Nurse page. It's not going to be a separate group. It's just going to be on the Sassy Keto Nurse page. And so during the month of February, we will continue to share how we're doing each day. We'll continue to check in with each other. And also, we're going to, or at least I will, be offering encouragement, some, daily boosts. I don't know. My daily post, my daily blog will be to uplift you and help you to look inward and to love yourself for who you are right now in the here and now, okay? Because you don't have to just love yourself when you get to your goal. Love yourself now for making the decision to put yourself first. So the month of February is going to be Love Yourself February, and those lives will be on Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Those are going to be aimed toward things you can do to put yourself first. And then, of course, we will always have the regular Sassy Keto Nurse live on Saturday. That's a Q&A session. So what we're going to try to do, and what I'm hoping is going to happen, is that throughout the week, as we go through these other things, that any questions that come up, any Q&A that happens, can happen on Saturday. so that it's very interactive. The reason I had stopped the lives before is because it just wasn't interactive anymore. People weren't participating. And even now, I mean, my lives average 8 to 12, maybe 15 people. I'm hoping to see people showing up. I want to see 20, 30, 40 people on there. I want to get this thing going. We, as of today, have 388 members in Sassy Keto Nurse and Friends. But we only have 5 or 10 that really participate. Y'all, what if those 388 people all participated and all reached out to each other and helped each other and encouraged each other like we have been doing in the Transparency Challenge? Would that not be amazing? So I'm asking everybody that is currently participating, y'all have been absolutely amazing. Let people know how good this has been for you. Let people know how much it's helped. And let them know that on Saturday nights, those nights are for those Q&A sessions so that people can ask their questions and we can get some stuff answered and we can get people on the right path. Now, reminders for this week, the ADAPT conferences are just around the corner. I know that a lot of people are wanting to go and just can't go right now. There are going to be other things that are coming up that we'll be participating in. I'm super tickled today because today I reserved my hotel room for Tennessee, and so I've got my hotel room reserved and my tickets are bought for both events and I'm ready to go. I know that Brittany is going to Atlanta with me, or at least going. I'll probably already be in Atlanta that day, so I'll probably already be down there, but I know that Brittany's coming to Atlanta for the Atlanta conference. And I'm hoping to see several more of y'all down there. I would love to see lots of people show up. Now, that's all my announcements for this week. Does anybody else have anything else that they need to announce or need to ask before I get started? Hi, Carla. Before I get started on the education for tonight. All right, then. Let's talk about the glycemic index. Glycemic index is the scale of how foods affect your blood sugar. Now, the thing is that when you go online and you say, oh, I want to look up the glycemic index of this or the glycemic index of that, how is this going to affect my sugar? I only want to eat stuff that's below a certain amount because 55 and below is considered low glycemic index. And what that means is that it's slower to digest, and therefore it's slow to raise the blood glucose and the insulin response. Well, here's the thing, y'all. The stuff that we eat on keto, meats, fish, eggs, avocados, most vegetables, most of them don't even have a glycemic index because they don't affect your blood glucose and insulin hardly at all because they're more fat. And the fat doesn't raise those things or cause a response. But what does that we use in keto a lot are artificial sweeteners and sugar alcohols. So that's what I want to talk about tonight because I've had a lot of questions about what kind of sweetener can I use? Can I use this sweetener? Will this sweetener affect me? So we're going to go through the sweeteners and we're going to talk about them. Excuse me. So the first one that I want to talk about is artificial sweeteners. Now that's when you go to a restaurant and you got a little pink pack, you got little yellow packs, you got little white packs, you got little blue packs. All those are sitting there. Let's talk about the different ones and what they are. Equal. That's your little pink pack, right? It's Equal, the pink one? I think so. Equal consists of aspartame, dextrose, and maltodextrin. Y'all, dextrose is sugar, pure sugar, okay? And that is a carb. So Equal actually has carbs. It's got about 3.6 carbs. Equal's blue. Okay. Pink is, I don't remember which one's pink. I don't use any of these. Sweet and Low's pink. And then Splenda's yellow, I think. Anywho's, Equal is 130 times sweeter than sugar. But here's the thing. Equal also has... Oh, wow. Are you talking about for this, Brianna? That's amazing. Thank you very much for sharing. Okay, so with Equal, it's aspartame. Now, we all know that aspartame it has some real negative connotations in the medical field because it has been proven to cause some down the road issues. Maybe not some right now issues, but some down the road issues. And so aspartame is used a lot. It's used in almost all the diet drinks. It's used in a lot of the diet foods, like the diet jellos and things like that. They also use maltodextrin. Maltodextrin is kind of the same thing. That is awesome. I am so happy that there's so many people watching. I hate that I can't see you guys, but hey, everybody on Brianna's watch party. Hey, Angie. That is amazing, Bree. Okay, so next we're going to talk about ACE K. ACE K is listed... I want to make sure that I get the words exactly right. I took notes today, y'all, but in between working, I got about half of this done and half of that done. Acesulfame potassium. That is ACE K, okay? And it's listed in a whole lot of things. ACE K is often blended with aspartame, and it's 200 times sweeter than sugar, but ACE K has been linked to some heart disease and some heart problems. So that's not a great sweetener to use, guys. Now, Sweet and Low, y'all, Sweet and Low is 300 to 400 times sweeter than regular sugar. Wow. And here's what's in it. Saccharin. Okay? A lot of people will use plain saccharin. It's got slightly, just a little bit of a metallic taste to it, they say. I've never used Sweet and Low, so I don't know. But what touted Sweet and Low as one of the best things out there when it first came out was its long shelf life. Well, here's the thing about a long shelf life, guys. A long shelf life just means that there's something in there that keeps it from degrading, which means that when it goes into your body, what's it doing? What kind of damage does it cause to your cells if it doesn't ever degrade sitting on a shelf? You see what I'm saying? This is why in a ketogenic lifestyle, you always want to use as natural as possible, staying under those carbs. So the thing is, though, it's FDA approved. Okay, so Sweet and Low saccharin has no known health effects, and it's FDA approved. My only issue with it is that long shelf life, because that just always concerns me. It depends on what kind of sugar alcohols it has, Brittany. Which gum was it? Do you remember? And I'll look it up for you and let you know what my opinion is on it. The next one I'm going to talk about is Splenda. I know several people have asked about Splenda. That is so true, Angie. And you know, it doesn't even look like it's, no mold grows on it. You can set a McDonald's cheeseburger out and just set it on a shelf and leave it sitting there, and it will look exactly, now it'll be hard as a rock, but it will look exactly the same. Extra gum. Let's see. With extra, it's sweetened with sorbitol. It does have hydrogenated starch, aspartame and ACE K, mannitol, aspartame soy lecithin, Ace K, BHT to maintain freshness and color. I don't know where the carbs I am assuming are coming from the hydrogenated starch, hydrolysate or hydrolysate. I'm assuming that's where the carbs are coming from. Let's see if I can figure it out. Because y'all know there are some extra sugar-free gums that use xylitol. I do know that. That's the Wrigley's Extra, so that's the different one. I know, Angie, ain't that crazy? Extra gum, extra sugar-free gum, carbs. Okay, so the sugar alcohols are the source of the carbs in gum. And we'll be talking about some of these sugar alcohols in just a few minutes. And some of them do have some carbs in them, y'all. So, let's talk about Splenda. Splenda is 600 times sweeter than sugar. And I know several of y'all, when y'all first started, were asking me about Splenda. It is made up of sucralose, dextrose, maltodextrin. And dextrose, again, is sugar. And then maltodextrin has been known to cause some GI issues. It can cause some inflammation. And so, with Splenda, Splenda is actually 20% sugar. How about that? So Splenda is not okay. Splenda is not keto okay. Now let's talk about some sugar alcohols, because here's the thing with sugar alcohols, y'all. With sugar alcohols, and I had been working on those and I didn't get through all of them. I only got through 3, so I may have to kind of wing it after I get past these 3 and look up some stuff. But sugar alcohols have been known to cause some GI discomfort. Every person is different, as we've said 1,000 times. And so, depending on who you are and how your gut reacts, you may be the kind of person who can use erythritol every day, or you can use stevia all the time, but somebody else can't. Yes, anything that says blend, the stevia baking blend in the green bag, it has maltodextrin in it. When you get stevia, the best thing you can do with stevia is to get either the sweet leaf drops, that's pure stevia, or you can get the stevia granulated, and it's in the small containers, and it doesn't have the maltodextrin in it. But the big bags of the stevia, especially if it says baking blend or blend of any kind, make sure that you're reading on those ingredients, y'all, because a lot of times they'll slip that maltodextrin in there, and it'll cause some inflammation. And that was one of the ones I didn't get to. Okay, erythritol. Erythritol has the lowest glycemic index. Erythritol's glycemic index is 1, which means that erythritol is not going to affect your blood sugar or cause an insulin spike whatsoever. It can have a little bit of a cooling effect, and I have found that. I use Pure, which is a blend of erythritol and stevia. The stevia kind of curbs that cooling effect from the erythritol, and that's why I think that I enjoy it most. Number one, it doesn't touch my blood sugar or my insulin. My blood sugar never budges when I use the Pure blend. I absolutely love that stuff. I will recommend it to anybody and everybody that ever asks me. Now, I've also been told that the Truvia is the same way for most. Truvia contains a little more of the erythritol than the Pure does. And Truvia also is a little more expensive than the Pure. Now here's what's funny. This is where it gets hilarious to me. Erythritol is a sugar alcohol that is made by processing genetically modified corn. Now y'all, corn is not keto friendly at all, and it's a grain. But the way that they process it, this sugar alcohol is made from that process. And so it doesn't affect blood sugar, and it has no carbs. I think that erythritol was one of the ones with no carbs. Actually, it does have 3 grams of carbs, but they are sugar alcohols, so it doesn't count. Because it is made with, Truvia is made with erythritol, stevia leaf extract, and natural flavors. Yeah, donuts are not okay. Sorry, Jennifer. Are you having any GI discomfort this evening? Are you having any inflammation? Because that, if I ate a donut, Lord have mercy, I would feel like somebody punched me in the gut. Bless y'all. If y'all didn't see it, Jennifer came out and she was completely transparent today. Her son brought home donuts. And she fought the good fight, y'all. She fought the good fight. But she ended up losing. But Jennifer, it's all about just getting it out there and saying, you know what, I did it. And you learn your lesson, you get back on keto, you keep on trucking. Okay? Because believe me, you'll feel better once you get all that out of your system. Because, whoo, that's a lot of carbs. Lots of carbs and sugar. All right. Brittany, you was giving him the eye. Is he doing keto with you, or was he just tempting you? Jeannie, I'm over here. Come over here. Don't you miss me? Believe me, I have had it happen to me. Believe me, I understand. All right, let's talk about some sweet leaf stevia, y'all, because this stuff is good. I had some drops, and I took them with me on a trip down to Atlanta, because one of the appointments that I go to is they have a little kitchen, and we're there most of the day, and I usually take food. Tempts you on purpose? Yeah, people do that. And so I had took my sweet leaf stevia, my drops, with me down there one day to have to put in my drink that afternoon. I had made me some, I forget what I'd made, some tea or something. And I took some sweet leaf stevia with me. Or maybe it was for my coffee. That's what it was. I had took an extra thermos of coffee that I was going to have down there. And I left them down there, so I don't have them anymore. So I got to buy me some more, because the sweet leaf stevia drops, y'all, they are awesome. And you can get them in different flavors. You can go online. Let me see. And all that's in sweet leaf stevia is stevia leaf extract, silica, and inulin. Now, inulin's one that I want to look into, and we're going to look into it in just a few minutes. But it is a naturally occurring prebiotic. Okay, and it's kind of new on the keto scene for a sugar alcohol and a sweetener, but it seems to be very beneficial to the gut bacteria. Instead of causing some inflammation and maybe causing a little bit of a bloated feeling if you use too much of it, it actually has it's a naturally occurring prebiotic, which actually gets down there and helps your gut bacteria. So inulin is a new one on the scene, and I have not tried it itself. Now, I use sweet leaf stevia, and I did use the packets for a little while, but I didn't care for those. So I only use the sweet leaf drops now. Now, there's also other stevias on the shelf there, y'all, that you have to look at. If it says in the raw, anything that says in the raw, it's in the red. Don't be using it. In the raw is no good. Stevia in the raw, nope. Can't do it. Agave, nope. Pure sugar. Honey, pure sugar. All of that stuff, you know, we say in keto, stay natural, stay natural, stay natural. And that's where people get confused because they think, well, if we're going to stay natural, why can't you sweeten things with honey? That's natural. That's God-made. That's, you know, it's all natural. But the problem is, y'all, it's a naturally occurring sugar. And it's a simple sugar. So your body processes it and it shoots your blood sugar sky high. And then it causes that huge insulin response because when your blood sugar goes up, then your pancreas has to release insulin so that it can push that sugar out of the bloodstream and into the fat cells to be stored, because you only need about a teaspoon of blood sugar, glycogen, in your bloodstream at any time if you're a sugar burner. Oh, wow. Do me a favor, Ruth, and send me a picture. Just send it to the Sassy Keto Nurse messenger. Just send me a picture of it because I'm going to see him in a couple of weeks and I want to ask him about that. It's a B complex vitamin. Because now I will say this, if it's trace, then he don't worry so much about it as long as you're getting your B vitamins. But what you may want to look into, Ruth, if you're having some trouble with your B vitamins, you may want to look into some naturopathy and talk to somebody about methylated B vitamins. Because some of us, and that's what I got this 23andMe for, is I want to find out if I carry the MTHFR gene, because I have always had trouble maintaining vitamin levels, like my essential vitamins that I don't produce myself. When I supplement, I can't ever get them to come up, and so I'm thinking maybe I carry the MTHFR gene, and I only learned that by watching Carrie Brown and listening to several of her talks. And when you do, you don't methylate B vitamins like you should. And so, but you can get methylated B vitamins that are already ready for your body. So you might want to look into that. What was I about to say? Oh. I wanted to let y'all know about, because this is a huge, for people that love the teas and like to flavor their coffee and that kind of thing. Sweet Leaf Stevia has tons of drops, and y'all, you can get them online. And I'm about to do a big order for myself because they have berry, chocolate raspberry, cinnamon, coconut, cola, English toffee, grape, hazelnut, lemon drop, peppermint, pumpkin spice, root beer, stevia clear, 4 ounces, Valencia orange, and vanilla cream. Now, I have not looked at all of them to see, and I will, to see if any of them are not keto okay. But I know that I have seen a lot of people use them. And like the cola, people are using the cola drops, the Sweet Leaf Stevia cola drops, in like one of those soda streams to make them some cola stuff. And they use the soda stream instead of buying Zevia or any of those carbonated drinks. It's starting to get warmer in here. I don't feel quite as cold. So, but my big thing is like the hazelnut, the pumpkin spice. I had hazelnut before. I used it in my coffee. But Valencia orange, see, now that one I want to look into and see. But if it works, it would be great to do like a cream cheese, or like the lemon drop, to do like a cream cheese based cheesecake mix, and then put some lemon drop sweetener in it, and you'd have like a lemony cheesecake. That would be awesome. And then just grind up some pecans and add butter to make a crust with. Does that not sound so good? But we'll see about that. All right. The next one I want to talk about is xylitol. Now, y'all, xylitol is a great sweetener. It is almost a 1-to-1. It tastes the most like sugar. It does have a glycemic index of 10, but even at 10, that's still not going to affect you hardly at all. It is the sweetener that Carrie Brown uses in almost all of her ice cream recipes. She is actually working around with a different sweetener right now because so many people don't want to use it, because xylitol is fatal to dogs if they get more than 50 milligrams, and that's not much. 50 milligrams is not much. Say you make you turn up a big thing of ice cream and you leave your bowl sitting and your dog gets into it. Hi, Dana. Cream cheese drop cookies. Becky Lane, you need to post that recipe, please, ma'am. That sounds awful good. Thank you. But maybe that'll be one of the ones that we decide to do on one of our Friday nights. But the thing with xylitol is it's not digested at all. So it doesn't affect anything. It just goes through you. You get that sweet taste, but it just goes through you. You don't absorb it. It don't digest. Nothing like that. It doesn't cause gut issues for most people. It can have a laxative effect on those that are also affected by erythritol. It seems to be about on the same thing there. So people that are affected by erythritol and get, gas or a little bit of diarrhea or some stomach cramping, xylitol will probably do that too. Hey, Edna, hello. And so, but xylitol is an excellent sweetener, and it's great for keto because it does not affect the blood glucose or cause an insulin response. Now, here's one. It was listed next on this list I was doing. Maltitol. Now, I can go into what all it is and what it does and that kind of thing. But maltitol, y'all stay away from maltitol. If you read in the ingredients that there's some maltitol in it, just go in the other direction. Maltitol is what they use in all those Russell Stover sugar-free candies and lots of the diet candies and cookies and all that kind of stuff. And maltitol is just a great big recipe for disaster pants. And y'all, when I say that, I don't mean that you just get a cramp in your stomach and you feel like you're about to go poo. I'm talking about you have no control. I made that mistake in the beginning. The first 3 weeks that I was on keto, I thought, well, it's sugar-free. And this is a sugar alcohol. And from what I'm reading, sugar alcohols are good. This is what we need to use, is sugar alcohols, because they don't count towards your carb count and they don't affect your digestion and blah, blah, blah. And so I went and I'm thinking, this is perfect for me because I ain't got time to cook. That was my opinion in the beginning. I ain't got time to cook. I ain't got time to make all these fat bombs. And I ain't got time to do all this stuff. I just as soon go out here and get me some Russell Stover's turtles. That was the one I bought, y'all. Turtles. And y'all, there's about 7 or 8 pieces of them in those little bags. Well, I was just starting, and they wasn't no stopping. I ate every one of them. And it was while I was sitting there in the living room watching some TV. And about 30 minutes after I finished eating that last one, a feeling come upon me that I never want to feel again. There was no possible way that I could stand up off that couch without disaster pants. I was terrified to move. And it's just the nature of the beast. Oh, that sounds awesome. And y'all, I don't know what in the world is going on. Oh yeah, it took my feet off the ground. Whoo! Sister. And you want to know what's really funny about it? Is that when I was a sugar burner, I used to get those things all the time from my daddy, and I'd sit over there and I'd eat 2 or 3 of them, sitting there with him, and it never did that to me. Ever. But as soon as I got all the sugar out of my system, and I was pure keto, I ate those candies that night, and I was so glad, because my plan was to take that in my lunchbox to work. Now imagine that. Wouldn't that have been lovely? That sounds incredible, Carla. Incredible. And that's with the skinny syrups. You just have to watch them and see what they're sweetened with. A lot of them are sweetened with sucralose. Sucralose, y'all, is a personal choice. Sucralose, we were talking about it a minute ago. And with sucralose, you'll hear some keto groups, especially the big keto police, will say, no, don't use sucralose because it causes this and it causes that. Well, here's the thing about it. Sucralose is one of those things that you really need to track. See how it affects you. See what it does to you. Because if it doesn't affect your blood sugar, then sucralose is in Splenda. And I use sucralose. I like sucralose. I don't mind it at all. It don't bother me. I'm reading a little thing here to see what it says. Okay, so the side effects of Splenda, aka sucralose. Gastrointestinal problems, seizures, dizziness, blurred vision, migraines, allergic reactions, blood sugar increases, weight gain, and allergic reactions. So, what that's saying is, for some people, sucralose can cause all those things. For me, it does not. And maybe there's people out there that can use maltitol, but nay. I do not recommend anything that has maltitol in it. No maltitol, no maltodextrin. I'm trying to see. This is something that says that it's destroying our gut. But here's my problem with that, y'all. Recent rat studies suggest that sucralose may disrupt your gut bacteria. Well, I'm not a rat. Are you a rat? Because I don't know anybody that's, well, I mean, I have an ex-husband that might fall into the category, but quite frankly, I do not care for the whole rodent rat study thing because they are a different species. Now, granted, in the United States of America and most of the world, you can't just experiment on people to find out how these things work. But you can experiment on yourself. It's called an N1 study. Okay? Oh, I was about to pull out my Keto Mojo, but it's still in my bag from where I went to North Carolina. That's the reason y'all didn't get any blood readings this morning, because my Keto Mojo is in my overnight bag. So, that is what I suggest. When you use a new sweetener, whether it be erythritol, stevia, truvia, pyure, xylitol, Splenda, whatever, keep your food diary. Write in there, you know, if you're using a different sweetener that day, make sure you note in your little diary that you used a different sweetener, so that if an hour or so after you eat whatever you made with it, you can figure out, oh, that's probably what caused it. Now, if you're making something that has 50,000 ingredients, then you ain't going to know. But on keto, for the most part, we don't do 50,000 ingredients. Keto is very simple. And I have a video on the YouTube channel that's called KISS, Keep It Super Simple. I call it Sassy Simple Keto, or Simply Sassy Keto. That's what I call my keto, is Simply Sassy Keto, because that's going to be the name of my book, by the way, whenever I do get it together, is Simply Sassy Keto. Because the simpler you keep things, the less ingredients you have, then the easier it is to tell what affects you and what don't. Now, if you have a recipe that has 4 ingredients in it, but you would like to try a little something extra, or you find a recipe that has 9 ingredients in it, and you know that you've already eaten stuff with 7 of those ingredients, then there's only 2 ingredients there that could cause any kind of GI distress or any kind of inflammation or bloating. Now, when I say that it affects you, y'all, what I want you to watch out for, do you start burping? Do you get gas? Does your tummy rumble and sound like you've got a train going on down there? You know, do you have that whole thing going? Does it sound like a diesel engine is running in your gut? Then there's something going on, because your gut not sound like that, okay? Now, when you first start this way of life, you're going to have some gut disruption because your body's not used to that much fat. But as your body adjusts, and those of you that have been with me since January 1st, you're getting to a place right now, you are on the cusp of becoming fat adapted. Even if you've made a slip here or there, as long as you have kept it pretty dang close to the vest, you're pretty close to getting fat adapted. And when you do, that's when the real benefits start to manifest. Okay? So that's when you can really start paying attention. And that's why I tell y'all, listen to your body. Pay attention. Did you get a headache? Did your vision get a little off? You know, did you have some blurry vision? Did your nose get itchy? Did you get inflamed? Did you, get some pressure in your sinuses? Did you have any heart palpitations? Do your fingers tingle? These are the things that you're looking for to see if a sugar, alcohol, or an unnatural substance has caused an effect on you. Because that's the thing, we use very few products outside of real whole food. And so it's very easy to figure out, is this going to affect me? Is this going to cause me problems? If it does, then you have to look in a different direction. And see, Jennifer, that right there. Because your body's not used to having sugar and carbs and all that. And it had to kick out of ketosis. So those ketones shut down. And you started processing sugar again. And so now until you get that sugar out of your system and you get rid of all those glycogen stores again, then you may feel a little crappy. But the great thing is that your body knows how to use fat now, and it knows how to flip over. And so one little slip like that, you can get back on keto and be feeling fine, usually within 24 to 36 hours. Now, if you make a big slip, if you do the whole weekend with your buddy's thing, that can be bad. I watched part of Ken and Nisha's live last night, and I think it was from the night before, I don't know. But I watched part of it, and Nisha, it's her birthday week, and she had gone to Nashville with friends for her birthday, and she drank some alcohol, and she had 1 spoonful of pasta, and she was feeling like boo. Yes, that's exactly right, Carla. Stevia it comes from the ragweed plant. It also comes from, because stevia extract the stevia leaf is in the same genome, or not genome, the same genus. Anyway, it's the same family as ragweed. So anybody that has ragweed allergies, stevia can affect you. Now, my poor little plant has just died. It's not really. The leaves are just drooped and turning because it got so cold in my house while I was gone. So why is it saying that this is so bad? It says sucralose metabolites may build up in your fat cells, and researchers don't know what these metabolites do. Well, see, I don't understand that, because sucralose does not actually metabolize. We don't absorb sucralose. So I don't know how it would get in your fat cells. All right, honey. Have a good night. I'm getting off here in about 5 minutes myself. And tomorrow night, y'all, the live may be from my daughter Jessica's house. She wanted me to come over there tonight, but I told her, I said, I've got to go home tonight. I haven't been home at a decent hour and gosh knows when. Edna, are you talking about Payure? Because it does have stevia in it. So they're claiming that it causes everything from cancer to DNA damage. Well, the thing is, they used to say the same thing about, you know, Coca-Cola and everything else. So I don't know. I try not to jump on a bandwagon until it's been proven. So with sucralose, that's going to be a personal choice. Y'all can decide on that yourself. You know, you try different things and see how they react for you. And that B vitamin, make sure you send me a picture of that, okay? Or at least type me up a message with what it is exactly so that I can look into that one. And y'all, this has been a good live. This has been good education, and we're learning a lot, and everybody's talking and participating, and I love it. So tomorrow is Wednesday, the 30th. Y'all, make sure, if you have questions, if you have stuff going on, if you need answers, you may want to try just plain erythritol or try xylitol. Now with xylitol, I believe you have to order xylitol. I haven't ever tried it, but I think you have to order xylitol because I've never seen it in the stores. Try plain erythritol and see how you do. Or try straight stevia, like stevia leaf extract. You can get it plain and see if you get worse or better. It's kind of an in-one example. Well, and any questions that come up after this week, y'all, bring them up on the Saturday Night Lives, because on Saturday Night Live with Sassy Keto Nurse, y'all, then that's when I do my Q&A. So it's really an in-one on that one, Edna. You're going to have to kind of experiment and tweak a little here and there and use different sweeteners to see what works for you and see if that's what's causing your issues. See if you're having a reaction to it. If you go without it for a week and your nose stops running, then you know it's the stevia. And I hate that because Payure is awesome. All right, y'all. It's 9 o'clock and I'm going to go get some stuff done here at the house and get ready for this next week because I'm heading back to Fayetteville Friday. I'm going to Jesse's tomorrow night. I'm not going to miss y'all because y'all are going to be in Sassy Keto Nurse. And we're going to keep checking in with each other. I don't want everybody to stop participating just because this challenge is over. Y'all can do the same exact thing on Sassy Keto Nurse. And anybody that wants to be in the Sassy Keto Nation, make sure that you go over to the Patreon page and pledge the tier 2, which is $12.50, and you'll be in there. And then I'll be public live on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays, and then I'll be private live for Sassy Keto Nation on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we're going to have some fun over there. We're going to do some fun stuff, I think. We're going to figure out some stuff. And Sassy Keto Nation is probably where we're going to end up doing some of the planning some different stuff. And we're all going to work together over there figuring out what can work best to get more people involved in Sassy Keto Nurse, get more people on board and involved and participating. So I hope to see everybody over there. I appreciate anybody and everybody that makes a pledge. This is very hard for me to ask for help, but y'all, I just want to move forward with this mission of mine to help people get their health back. How do I get it? I don't know much. How do you get to the Patreon page? You just do patreon.com/Sassy Keto Nurse, and that'll take you straight to my Patreon page, and you can pledge there. It's a monthly pledge. It will come out of your account on the 1st of every month. You can pledge $1 to $100,000. It's up to you. I do have 3 tiers set up at $5, $12.50, and $20 that have different benefits. Right now, I don't have anything else to offer, so I can't really offer anything for bigger donators because I just don't have much. I don't have a lot of, I have my services, and I'm hoping to have some merchandise pretty soon, but just some one-on-one time is about all I can offer right now for the Sassy Keto Nation until I build this thing up a little bit and get something put back so that I can really starting to move this mission forward, because that is my goal. That is my goal, is to move this mission forward. And I've listed some of those goals in there. When I reach this much per month, I'll be able to do this. When I reach this much per month, I'll be able to do this. And that is my goal, is to get to a point to where maybe I can take a day off work every week that I can really put to Sassy Keto Nurse so that I can really get this thing going. It's Patreon, patreon.com/ just do the / Sassy Keto Nurse. And if not, you can go over to Sassy Keto Nurse and Friends to the group, and I shared a link there, and I shared the link on Sassy Keto Nurse page. And I put it in the announcements, and I will pin the other one to the top of the page. So that's it for tonight, guys. I love y'all. Stay sassy. Keto on. Sassy Keto Nurse signing off.